langsam mal den Ton dazu. Einfach mal, damit ich das Spiel richtig einstellen kann, denn wir spielen wieder Baphomets Fluch, Broken Sword, The Serpent's Curse. Und hier sind wieder alle Einstellungen und das natürlich als bei Dungeon Defenders. So, wie schaue ich aus? Wunderbar beleuchtet, alle Falten sind weg. Ich wünsche euch einen wunderschönen Abend. Es ist 7:30 Samstagabend. Und was sonst sollten wir tun als streamen, und zwar Baphomets Fluch. Wir sind mehr oder weniger bei Episode 2 angelangt. Was ich mir von Enrico erklären habe lassen, ist, dass es am Anfang als 2 Teile rausgekommen ist, Episode 1 und 2. Ich hatte das Glück, um 5 Euro hier beide auf einmal zu erwischen in einem. Und anscheinend ist das hier die zweite Episode. Dort, wo wir waren, sind eigentlich alle gestorben, alle tot, alle abgemurkst oder entführt. Und wir haben aber endlich mal das Bild gefunden, La Malediccio, und haben einen Hinweis darauf entdeckt, wo es weitergehen könnte. Und da sind wir hier. Nun, und es wird auf uns geschossen. Was haben wir dabei? Wir haben immer noch den Mob. Wir sind gerade um die halbe Welt geflogen und wir haben immer noch den riesigen Mob dabei, mit dem wir das Blut im Apartment unseres Nachbars aufgewischt haben. Wow. Ja, all diese spannenden Sachen sind passiert in der letzten Folge. Und auch hier auf unserem Presseausweis klebt noch der Kaugummi. Nico, du bist schon so eine kleine Sau. Schön ist das nicht. Schön ist das nicht. Ja, ich stelle mich auf einen schönen Abend ein, aber mit euch. Mach es mir hier auch mit einer Flasche Wein gemütlich. Und wir schauen mal, wie weit wir hier kommen. Vor allem befürchte ich, nachdem hier jetzt Kanonen im Spiel sind, dass wir da angelangt sind, wo wir auch sterben können. Ist sicher. Gut. Also, wir sind Nico, wir nehmen mal den Helm hier auf, damit wir nicht nur einen Mob haben. Gibt es sonst noch was?
Parts of the wall had fallen down.
That's okay. Thanks for the information.
Climbing over the wall would not have been a great idea.
Nein, aber wir können den Mob mit dem Helm kombinieren, so tun, als ob ein Mensch wäre und kurz über die Mauer heben.
A helmet on a pole? Always useful. I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Go!
Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again, and this time I was on my own. With a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare.
Das ist wieder ein Insider. Ich checke nicht. Vielleicht war das in einem der Teile, die ich nicht gespielt habe. Das kann auf jeden Fall sehr gut sein.
The tree was way too sturdy for me to shake any apples down. Uh-oh. Ouch!
Okay. George, reiß dich zusammen. Wir hätten einen Keks. Blumen, Blumen für eine Ziege.
Look what I got for you, little fella. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No.
Wirklich? Dafür habe ich ihm so Blumen hergegeben. It's so not okay. Okay, how about a cookie?
Now, I needed the cookie to feed Trevor.
Forget Trevor, there's a goat. Can we kill the goat? I think we should kill the goat.
I fed Trevor a crumb. He loved that biscuit.
Ah, Trevor. Okay.
Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving that to the... Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving that to the goat. My phone had no service. I couldn't make calls.
Damn it.
Good goat. No. Hey, that's mine. The goat had eaten Hobbs' carefully crafted provenance.
Why is it
Now
doing
then,
all
old
this
fella,
stuff?
you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No.
Oh no.
Good goat. No.
Ist wieder ohne keiner schon.
You, hey, thief! The goat had eaten Nico's rejected photograph.
Bleibt hier nicht mehr viel über.
Ripe apples hung from the tree. Oh, heck. Ow!
Okay, gut zu wissen, dass man... Also, ich wäre ja ausgewichen. Ich muss nur wissen, ab wann ich nicht mehr agieren kann.
Oh, heck.
Gut, jetzt haben wir einen Haufen Äpfel.
The apples were bruised.
Ja, man. Life is tough.
Go on, eat this, boy. The goat couldn't reach the apple pile.
Wirklich?
Oh boy, you're gonna love this.
Das geht sich aber aus. Doch. Okay, jetzt holst du auch den Apfel von hinten, dann können wir es jetzt noch einmal verschieben.
The goat now had a whole pile of apples to tuck into.
Oh, oder wir müssen es...
I tossed him my last apple.
Ich finde es nett gemacht, wir hatten anscheinend 3 Möglichkeiten, diese Äpfel zu werfen. Und jetzt, wo wir sie auf keinen Fall mehr brauchen, wirft er halt den letzten hin. Das ist mit einprogrammiert worden. Das finde ich sehr nett. Ja, nicht weg. Wir machen die Autotür auch noch auf. Charge. Mr. Stoppard. What are you doing?
Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. Nope, I needed to try something else.
Warum ging das jetzt nicht?
Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me.
Ich kann immer noch die Ziege töten.
The goat had turned away.
Wir speichern das jetzt mal ab. Einfach nur, um den ganzen Schmarrn nicht nochmal machen zu müssen, wenn ich jetzt erschossen werde.
The shots were coming from inside the house.
Ja.
Hey, what? Whoa! The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. A pile of old brandy bottles had been discarded behind the car. I'd moved the tire further away from the car. The old car was riddled with bullet holes. That would... I wasn't going to frighten the shooter with his own reflection. That wasn't worth trying. The shots were coming from...
Okay, wir müssen irgendwie dieses bescheuerte Auto rein.
The old car had been abandoned long ago. Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. The goat was eating, but he still kept an eye on me.
Das heißt, was können wir tun?
That would...
Ja, du weißt das und ich weiß das, aber das Spiel will irgendwas hier machen.
That wouldn't work.
Okay, ich brauche hier einen kleinen Hinweis. Aha.
The sun was blinding.
Sun was blinding. Oh mein Gott, auf die Idee wäre ich jetzt nie gekommen. Also, wirklich nicht.
I blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
So, wunderbar. Ihr seht es, wenn ich mit Stefan hier schreibe. Es tut mir leid, dass ich das Bild unterbrochen habe. Aber schreibt mir immer hier im Chat drinnen, anstatt irgendwo anders.
Nope. Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your fire! I'm not armed!
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George
That's a Christian,
Stobart.
okay?
I'm a friend!
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. All we want is a quick look inside the Castel.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive? Well, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marquez knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait! I have important information.
Você, venha a mim.
Do you understand what I am saying?
Try saying it and let's see.
Well, I'm George Stobart, and I come in peace. Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
We were helping a man called Marquez in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
I have your father's medallion.
So you're a thief too, huh?
Come on.
Look at this photo.
It's old. Do I care?
We tracked down his painting, La Maledictio. Look.
Where did you get this?
In London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
Aber wenn er hier ist und wenn es ihm gut
What's
geht,
going on, Ramon? Who's out
er
there?
hat dann in der Wohnung
Some
gesucht.
crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. You? How did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be? At last, La Maledictio.
Ja.
Well, Senor Marquez, looks like La Maledictio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this.
But something interesting?
The painting. It is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests. Full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool. Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, My mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear,
Ach, die ist jetzt
and
auch
the
schon tot.
route to the tabula would
Natürlich
be
ist sie tot. Wir sind
revealed.
alt, wir sind bald tot.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has
Sad.
changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marquez had the answers. La Maledizio, back in its rightful place.
Eine Maledizion.
But what were the clues? The plinths looked like they could be rotated. The plinths looked like they could be rotated.
Dann dreh sie.
I needed a better idea. That? Nope. The painting held all the answers. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castel. I wondered where the other clues would take us. A scarred face stared back at me from within the Ouroboros. Hobbes must have uncovered the image when he was restoring the painting. But what did it mean? And what was its link to the Tabula Veritatis? Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. Carved into the fireplace was a young man holding an orb. The halo reminded me of the figure in the clouds in La Maledizio. An old man with a beard was carved into the front of the fireplace. It was very like one of the figures in La Maledizio. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books.
Reden wir mal mit ihm. Vielleicht müssen wir einfach nur mit ihm reden.
Senor Marquez?
Mr. Stobart?
If we're going to find the tabula,
Yes?
then you will have to help.
Of course.
I mean, by being totally honest with us.
Tja, when have I not been honest?
Das wissen wir noch nicht. Bei Gott, das wissen wir noch nicht.
Tell me about the painting.
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours just staring at it. Who was the mysterious painter, El Serp, the serpent? And what did it mean, La Maledictio, the curse? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that one day I would know everything.
Senor, can you decipher any of the painting?
The Tower of Saints, of course. I knew it was a castell, and the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see the woman in red?
The one you marked in the photo?
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tabula.
But the elements around it, I don't know.
When were you last here, Signor?
Not since that day when my father was killed.
So why did the painting bring us here?
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Why is the Tabula Veritatis so important to the Gnostics?
It is an object of immense power. My ancestors kept it safe for hundreds of years. They brought it to Catalonia as exiles long ago. In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the last of these. He knew dark forces were gathering, but I was too young to learn the secret. So he commissioned La Malédiction, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
But what is the tabula? What does it do?
I do not know. I know only that in the wrong hands it would be catastrophic for mankind.
What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment looking for Miss Collard. He mentioned a stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that I was the true owner.
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair and was threatening to shoot me. So I told him of the castell, and while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with the little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the pugnacious type.
Whoa, okay.
So, Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God, late in my life. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart. I am sure of it.
Why would a Dominican priest, Father Simeon, describe the Gnostics as evil?
That order was founded specifically to fight heresy and to eradicate Gnosticism. Behind their backs, the Dominicans were nicknamed the Dominicanes, or Hounds of God. For years, these dogs hunted down and butchered my people. They called us heretics, but in truth, they sought to find and seize the tabula.
Und jetzt erzählt er gerade ein bisschen. Aber das kennst du ja eh schon alles. Warst du wieder in der Küche?
I think this is yours.
My medallion? Where did you find it?
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose. Perhaps you can find out what.
Sure. Just let me know if you ever want it back. So this is you with your mother and father?
Indeed. Taken in this very building many years ago.
Father Simeon, the Dominican priest, was carrying these papers when he was killed.
So?
You're not interested in him?
I have no interest in priests or their papers, senor.
Take a look at this sketch.
It is the face in La Malédiction.
It was drawn by the man who restored the painting.
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he uncover?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Malédiction, the better.
Also er ist jetzt auch nicht gerade der Netteste. Aber kennt
Did
er
I
schon
ever mention Trevor?
The old cockroach in a matchbox trick, eh?
Oh, you know it.
It's nearly as old as ferret in the pants.
Hmm.
Hatte mal einen
I'm getting
Frecher.
out of touch. He wouldn't...
Nee, niemand will das.
We must find the answer.
Jo.
The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like it had lain undisturbed for decades. It was an ornate tree carved in bas-relief. The carving looked like the bearded man in the painting.
Was gibt's da hinten? Oh, das ist ja wirklich schön hier.
There was a
Mein
piece of stone on the wall. It looked like a discarded statue.
Gott, ich würde morden für so ein Haus. Ein Anwesen.
There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here?
Well, Mord und Totschlag.
The door was locked.
Tritt sie ein. Schlag sie ein.
That was... That... It looked like this part of the castell had taken some damage. The end of the passage was blocked off with rubble. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. There was a crate of brandy among... Marquez said that the painting contained clues only a Gnostic could solve. But when it was back in this room, all would become clear.
Nee, aber der zeigt drauf, das passt schon. So. Da fehlt halt nur der obere Hälfte. Wie machen wir aus die etwas Ganzes? Der zeigt nach oben, das passt. Was sagt Ramon?
Senor, a word, please?
Of course.
Okay, so,
Just not with me.
Ramon sure was a little light in the charm department.
Tja.
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the Castel?
Didn't know, wasn't interested. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help, Eva.
My father needs rest, peace, and quiet. Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
Okay, sie glaubt nicht an die ganze Geschichte, sie glaubt nicht ihrem Vater.
So, what did you find out?
Aber sie steht
Not a
trotzdem
lot.
hinter Clara.
Eva thinks her father's losing it. She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So, why is she here now?
Marquez begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far.
Aber hier liegen und stehen noch 2 Statuen. Oder 1,5. Eine blaue Statue. Toll, jetzt haben wir genau das gleiche, nur in blau, nicht in grün. Ah.
Hello, Eva.
Signor Stobart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. What do you know about La Malediccio?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. So, you don't know anything about Gnostics?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the past. My father's obsessed with them, and that's all I know.
Ich komm
Tell me
sofort
about
wieder.
yourself.
I left home as soon as I could, lived a bit, and now I own a bar in Marseille.
That explains why you know how to use a gun.
No, senor. I learned how to use a gun so I could get rid of vermin.
Eva was a real charmer.
War schon wieder das Fenster offen. Ich erfriere.
Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when he was a boy. A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
Oh, das ist Ramon.
Tell me about your father.
Der vom Anfang.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff, said I had a religious vocation. Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home and never went back.
Anything else about the painting you can tell me?
My father says it has a special connection with this house. From where I stand, this house is a place of murder and violence, which is why I want nothing to do with it.
Do you recognize this?
It's my father's medallion. He said he lost it.
Yeah, he left it in Paris. Do you know anything about it?
When I was a kid, he never let it out of his sight.
This is your family, right?
Looks like it.
Do you know anything about this statue?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the fascists smashed them up in the war.
Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just old stones.
Do these notes mean anything to you?
Some old religious texts. So what?
It was an old, weathered sundial. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north.
Schau mal, vielleicht ist Nico intelligenter als wir.
What are you thinking, Nico?
The fireplace. It looks familiar.
You're right.
Oh,
You know
Toko.
what?
In Marquez's photo, his family was standing in front of it.
Toko. Toko doesn't want to look into the camera.
I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. I couldn't put another statue.
Der hat ein Buch in der Hand. Und die haben alle Bücher in der Hand. Das ist Nonsens. Eine Statue, die runter zeigt.
The painting held...
Yeah.
It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him.
Der eine hat einen Vorhängeschloss, der andere einen Tierkopf. Och Menno.
Senor Marquez? I found this.
It looks like one of my father's statues. He collected ancient carvings.
Nico and I are risking our lives for you. You really can't tell us any more?
Truly, I do not know.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are meaningless terms. We strive simply to maintain balance and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own ends.
Eva isn't a Gnostic?
As a child, she was shown the truth that is Gnosticism, but she has not chosen its path.
Do you think the Tabula Veritatis was hidden here?
Perhaps, who knows?
Anything else about the painting I should know?
I keep telling you, I don't know.
I found this.
My father had a collection of those. You should get back to it.
Hey, Nico.
Are you sure the statues are both in the right position?
Nö. Nö, ich weiß nicht mal, ob das die richtigen Statuen sind. Woher soll ich das denn wissen?
The photo was of the Marquez family.
Ach Gott. Genau in die andere Richtung.
I'd put some...
Ja, ja. Weg, weg.
The young Marquez. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues.
Hallo Jochen, hello. Einen wunderschönen Abend.
Finally, La Malediccio was back in its rightful place. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. Part of the family photograph was missing. The very section that was so clear in Nico's photo.
Nikos Foto wurde gefressen.
The painting held all the answers. I wondered if the notes could help decrypt La Malediccio. The second passage read, "And all shall know that the light of knowledge is blue, and that the light of life is green. For thus was the light of
links
Eden,
grün,
both
rechts
blue and
blau. Okay.
intertwined."
Links grün,
Knowledge
rechts
is...
blau.
I wondered what...
Das ist schon mal was. Das ist schon mal was. Irgendwas stimmt hier noch nicht.
The painting held all the answers.
Yes.
The figure of the young man was just like... It couldn't be. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. It was a castle of saints, Castel de Sants, in Catalonia. That was almost a great idea. Almost.
Pyramide, irgendwas stimmt damit nicht.
That wouldn't... I needed a... That was all... That...
Okay, irgendwas stimmt mit dieser blöden Seite hier nicht. What?
That wouldn't... That would... Nope. That was...
Ich glaube, mir fehlt hier noch irgendein Item. Irgendwas. So ein Schwamm wäre recht praktisch.
It was a shield on which heraldic symbols had been painted. The scroll below the shield read Tremp. The fountain had stopped working. There was no way I was going near that goat again.
Okay. Okay. Ich weiß, irgendwas ist mit dieser Hälfte, die auf dem alten Foto abgerissen
There were spent
ist.
bullet casings lying amongst the rubble.
Ja, das hatten wir schon. Aber was?
That... That...
Wie gesagt, ich brauche Wasser und einen Schwamm und wedel da einfach einmal drüber. Leise? Ja, vielleicht muss ich dann nur die Musik etwas leiser machen, dann kannst du lauter drehen. Und dann hörst du mich besser.
There was nothing to help me. It was an ornate tree carved in bas-relief.
Ja, du kannst die maximale Lautstärke höher, oder wenn ich das Spiel leise gebe. Also ich bin das höchste der Gefühle. Nein, bin ich nicht. Jetzt bin ich das höchste der Gefühle. Nico, komm,
Hey,
du
Nico.
hast eine Idee. Du hast sicherlich
Are
eine
you
Idee.
sure the statues are both in the right position?
Ja. Ziemlich.
It was a circular stained glass window. That... I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph.
Warum habe ich diese halben Statuen? Das macht mich fertig.
The medallion Marquez's father wore looked identical to the one I found in Paris. It was strange that Marquez didn't want it back. It was Marquez's mother. The young Marquez had no idea of the fate that was soon to befall his family. If I looked hard enough, it was a castle of saints, Castel de Saints, in Catalonia. That was that would Not a snowball. That... What? It...
Okay, Enrico, ich brauche Hilfe. Ah. Irgendwas ist mit dieser blöden Menschenpyramide.
That was... That was... That would be... That...
Aber was?
The church clearly had a lot... The illustration showed a group of colored figures engaged in some sort of ritual. The blue and green figures appeared to be in control. The crowd in the foreground were colored red. I guessed it was a representation of the ritual in the text. The large figures looked just like the carvings on the Castell fireplace.
Das Licht. Reines Licht, weißes Licht, so stand es geschrieben in alten Schriften. Licht. Wie komme ich hier an Licht ran?
That was all... Nope, I needed to try something else.
Der Spiegel wieder?
I needed a better...
Er stellt die kaputte Grüne links auf den Kaminsims. Was? Warum?
I'd put some statues above the
Das macht keinen
fireplace, but it was hard to
Sinn.
tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph.
Bullshit. Einfach nur Bullshit. Wait. Nach hinten und die blaue in den Raum blickt. Auf dem Bild schauen beide einander an. Schauen beide weg. Da schaut keine nach hinten. Ja, und so habe ich sie gerade stehen gehabt. So. Er stellt die kaputte grüne Statue links auf den Kamin und die blaue rechts. Dann dreht er die Statue so, dass die grüne Statue nach hinten und die blaue in den Raum blickt. Oder genau umgekehrt. Zwei kaputte und zwei heile.
I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. I'd put some...
Ja, Dann dreht er die Statuen so, dass die grüne Statue nach hinten und die blaue den Raum blickt. Ein Geheimgang öffnet sich, durch den George und Marquez klettern. Nix öffnet sich.
The stone fireplace was... I'd put some stuff...
Warum? Das macht mich wahnsinnig gerade. Hier ist eine heilige Statue, hier ist eine heilige Statue. Da steht der Arm, dort drauf, da. Ach so, das heißt die blaue komplette.
The statues were facing outward, just like in the Marquez photo. I waited with bated breath for something to happen. Nothing.
Ach Gott.
The stone fireplace... The statues on the plinth and their colors matched the... I was...
Ach, scheiße. Sie haben das ganze Spiel über keine wirklichen Rätsel und dann so.
What is this? A staircase. I never knew. We
Of
must
course you
go
didn't
up.
know.
We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
George? George! What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
Why?
What is Wolfram?
It was a mining
Enrico.
company, run by a murdering swine called Gainen. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Gainen was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend Hernandez, like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
So what did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Gainen just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
Okay.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint. Saint Ramon, patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. The name Genan was familiar. He was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Gainen's papers.
Aber das sollten wir rein.
Can I have a look at the library?
No. I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The
Yeah,
cellars
sure.
were well stocked, Senora. It was
Me
a long
too.
night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
Das will ich hoffen. Aber jetzt ist es auch zu spät.
I needed to find out what Ganon had been working on in that library.
Na, jetzt reicht's aber. Gehen. Nimm doch den Wischmopp. Der Zettel ist weg. Aber sie hat ihn ja automatisch aufgehoben.
George, are you there? The grate had locked back into place.
Nee, kein Zettel.
An intricate mosaic adorned the floor. The plants at least were thriving in the rubble. That wouldn't make sense. That wasn't worth trying. The hall had collections of old items everywhere. Ramon claimed he had tidied the place up.
It's a lie. It's all a lie.
There was a crate of brandy amongst the mess in the great hall. Apparently, Ramon drank the... I decided to leave the painting for later.
Gegen Nico hat die Ziege nichts.
The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans. An old pair of shoes. I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place. Once I've eaten. I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you. Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice. Hey, I was reading that.
Diese Ziege geht mir auf die Nerven. Okay, ich glaube, das war's.
The dashboard seemed intact. Have you no respect for great art? Pretty indigestible, huh?
Die Ziege hat gerülpst.
The fountain. The fireplace was adorned with... The fireplace was adorned... Two large...
Blau und Baum. Blau und Baum. Du willst mir jetzt nicht erzählen, dass die Ziege den blöden Schlüssel hat. Wie alt ist diese Ziege denn?
Hello, little one.
Ich mag sie nicht.
The goat had been tethered. Seemed unnecessary. The gentle animal wouldn't have harmed a soul.
Mhm.
No, that... An old apple. Shame. A heap of old brandy bottles. Ramon must have been in the car on that night all those years ago. A pile of old apples. Looked like the goat had been eating lots of them. An old apple. A 5D71. Extraordinary. Someone had been sleeping in the car, but long, long ago. Another brandy bottle? Ramon really went for it that evening. The inside of the car was in a bad state. An old and very dubious pillow. That wouldn't have worked.
Oh nein, habe ich mich verschrieben. Ups.
A heap of old brandy bottles.
Wo habe ich das denn geschrieben? 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 Ich sehe gar nicht, wo ich das geschrieben habe. Dosenschlüssel und Tagebuch. Ja, aber ich war doch schon bei den Dosenschlüsseln. Tagebuch habe ich, Dosenschlüssel habe ich angeschaut.
Tin Can Keys.
Ja.
Tin Can Keys.
Oh, dort. Ja, das muss ich dann noch umändern. Danke für den
Tin
Hinweis.
Can Keys. An old
Im Auto war ich schon.
No. No.
Ja, das
An
Tagebuch habe ich und die
old and
Ziege hat's
very
gefressen.
dubious.
Bei den Dosenschlüsseln passiert überhaupt nichts. Bei den Flaschen hinten auch nichts.
A heap of According to the sundial, it was mid-afternoonish. The wind chime looked like it was made from old cans. I wondered if it was Ramon's handiwork. Despite the scrap components, the wind chime was beautiful. It was uncanny. One old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it. And there it was. The
Oh,
key
come
to the library.
on. Ach. Das ist doof. Ich finde das doof. Also heute geht's wieder irgendwie gar nicht. Heute hänge ich komplett. Ich bin schon zu müde. War zu viel in der Sonne heute. Eis essen.
Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine.
So, und wisst was? Ich habe jetzt kein einziges Rätsel heute lösen können. Ich bin jetzt 1 Stunde 20 live. 1 Stunde 20 Minuten live. Das ist jetzt nicht so lange, aber es ist immerhin über eine Stunde. Ich lasse es sein. Und bevor mir Enrico hier die ganze Lösung reinkopieren muss, weil ich so unfähig bin. Nee, ich lasse es für heute sein. Es hätte nicht sein sollen. Ich wünsche euch auf jeden Fall noch einen schönen Abend. Morgen werde ich nicht online sein. Ich bin in der Früh schon shooten. denn wir haben Kirschblüten und alles andere, was da irgendwo gedeiht, und ich werde mich in meinen Genderband Pocahontas hauen, das heißt, ich werde mich heute noch schön rasieren müssen und ein paar Fotos machen für Instagram wieder. Dankeschön, Enrico, ich wünsche dir auch einen schönen Abend, Jochen, dir auch. Wir sehen uns bald wieder. Wunderschönen Samstagabend wünsche ich noch.